great setup as we head towards the opening bell with our managing editor Nikunj Dalmiya. We've discussed it all, from budget to the Adani group of stocks to earnings. Now stay with us, and we're going to continue going to give you market voices as well. But Nikunj, before we do that, the markets always watch out for capital gains. There's always so much chatter that is there before the union budget day that what's going to happen with capital gains. There's one theory that why should it be disrupted when you've got one of the best performing markets in the world? The second one being maybe the tenure could be tinkered with.
So Nandara, you must understand the backdrop. And the backdrop here is that the fiscal position of the government is much better than what we've seen in a long time. I think this is the best fiscal position what we've seen. Now, if the backdrop is that if the fiscal position is strong, is there need for an additional tax? Now, you can argue about good to have tax, because then you are bringing all asset classes under one gambit and the tax simplification is there. But one is good to have tax versus need to have tax. So simplifying the capital gain structure and bringing equity at par with other asset classes, I think is good to have. But there is no really need to have it right now, considering that the global headwinds are there. B, the equity culture in India just about has started. C, we've seen what's happened to the financial markets, at least in last couple of days. Now, in this tax, even if it is imposed, Nantara, it's not going to be really changing the entire tax collection by a mile. However, if the taxation structure is changed on long term or short term, it may actually have an impact on market sentiment, looking at how the market currently is in the entire market right now is looking weak. So it may not be a tax which may give government a lot of tax collection. However, this also could have an impact on the market sentiment per se. I've always maintained that equity as an asset class is always a volatile asset class, so it needs to be given a preferential treatment. I think STT has worked like a charm for the government, and if long-term capital tax or short-term capital tax structure is changed, it really may have an impact on the aggregate STT collection also. So we can argue about the spirit of why the tax simplification would be done. It's a good hygiene to have, but there is something called need to have versus good to have. And I would say right now there is no need to really change the capital gain tax structure.